Hello, welcome. I'm Marie of Marie C. Enterprises. I make videos about making money, saving money, living life on your own terms. And lately I've been making more videos about retirement. I am semi-retired. I'm hoping to fully retire within the next year or so. I don't have a clear-cut timeline yet. I did, and then things changed and I changed my mind and I have redirected myself. And in my last video, I mentioned that I've been kind of floundering. And I think most of that is because I don't have a plan. And so what I've been thinking about the last few days is I work best with a plan, and many people don't, but I do. I'm a list maker, and I like to break things down into projects and make small steps. I'm one of those how do you eat an elephant kind of girls. And so I sat down with a planner. I like to buy these and use these. This is a 3-month planner, and it has an overview of month to month, things that you can do for like birthdays and big appointments. And then it has a daily planner and it has a weekly planner, and I kind of zoom out. And what I do is I try to set things on automatic pilot. I do best if I'm forming habits to achieve my goals. For example, I'll pick one day a week that I work on self-care. Whether that's the day I do my manicures or facials or anything like that. I usually do those on Saturdays. I'll pick a different day each week when I'm home. Right now I'm pet sitting, but when I'm home, I usually pick a different day each week to work on a different zone in my home as far as keeping it clean. So like Mondays I may work on the living room and dining room, Tuesdays would be the office, Wednesdays would be the kitchen, and I just kind of have different days I do different things. I like to meditate first thing in the morning. I like to feed the dogs, first thing when I wake up and last around dinner time. Anyway, you get the idea. I like routines. When I don't have to think about it and I do things automatically, like every night I go in and I take a shower at 8 o'clock before I go to bed. I do my nighttime skin routine at that time. In the morning when I wake up, I do my morning routine, and it's the same every day. And I have found that when I put things on autopilot and I set good habits, then before I know it, I'm quicker to achieve my goals. And because my focus had changed, I was trying to sell my condo and I was trying to move to another state and start a business with a friend. And when all of that went backwards and pulled out of that, I needed a minute to change gears because I had been clearing up my house and focusing on leaving. And so now that I've decided I want to stay for the time being, I've got to reevaluate, well, what do I want to spend my time doing? And what focus do I want to have? Cooking something. Let me go check the pot. I'm cooking a corned beef brisket and it was boiling over in the kitchen. Oh, it's beeping at me again. Okay. No more boiling over is going on. So, where was I? I do well with creating habits instead of just making a list of things to do. Now, some things you do once, and so those things you can't make a habit out of them. And so I do have lists as well, and I check my reminders and I check my lists. And a lot of times when I'm planning my day, I usually do that in the evening before I go to bed, and I'll plan the next day. And I kind of map everything out. And I give myself downtime. I schedule that into the equation as well. But because my goals had changed, my plan had to change. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to focus on. I still want to move closer to my family and friends. That's still a priority. I may rent my place, I don't know. But I'm not really sure where I'm going to move to. And so until I find a place where I'm going to go, I'm not going to sell my condo. So I need to continue working on my business because that's how I pay my bills. If the condo hasn't sold, I need income. And then also I have 2 YouTube channels, this one and another one that's focused on pet care. The pet care one is not monetized yet, but I am 50 subscribers short of being monetized. So that can be another source of small income and maybe someday bigger income, who knows. But I've been working on both channels for 5 years now, and I think they're both going to be monetized within the next month, which is really exciting because it's been a long time coming. But the other channel focuses on pet care, which is what I do for a living. I'm a dog walker and a pet sitter. And so what I do is I take pictures of dogs and cats being cute, and I also make longer form videos about how to care for them and different health ailments as they come up. I started that when I would have my customers ask me questions. They would ask me, what type of collars do you like to use? Or what kind of supplement can I give my dog that has achy joints? And I'm not a veterinarian, they know that. I'm not a professional trainer, they know that too. But they value my opinion. They know that I work with a lot of animals and I see a lot of other people and how they take care of their animals. And so I've been sharing that information, and that's primarily what I do on the other channel. It's a lot of shorts of dogs and cats being cute and some basic pet care videos. But that's about to get monetized, so I've determined that my focus for now needs to be taking care of my YouTube channels, losing weight, because if you notice some of my previous videos, I made some videos about glowing up. And after my surgery, I kind of let myself go. My head was shaved, and then I had radiation treatments to go through. My fine motor skills weren't all there. My vision had been impaired. I had a lot of other health issues. And as those have diminished, I still have some, but I'm doing much better. My motor skills are much better. My vision's still a little wonky, but I'm doing better for the most part. And I thought, it's time to take care of myself and live my best life. And so you see all these videos about people glowing up. So I got on the bandwagon and I thought it's time for me to do a glow up as well. So I've been focused on that. I've been wearing makeup every day and doing my skincare and trying to take better care of my skin, trying to nurture my hair to the point where it's all of a sudden it's starting to grow, which is kind of cool. And let me show you the back, because I haven't shown the back lately. But back here is where my scars are. And if I comb it just right, it doesn't really show anymore. And I don't know if that was in frame, but it's better. Let me go farther back. But as you can see, if I didn't point it out, you might not even notice. So that has been a big deal for me, just getting my hair back. I always had really long hair. If you look at some of my older videos, my hair was, halfway down my back. And I could gain weight, I could lose weight, but my hair was always something I could count on. And so when they shaved my head and then I had radiation and a whole strip of it like this wide in the back fell out and you could see all the scars, it's hard as a woman or as anyone to just lose something that's so much a part of your identity. But it's growing back, and I've noticed lately that the length is coming back. Like all of a sudden, I think I'll have a bob soon, because I am growing it back out. But I feel much better about my hair. I've gotten some new clothes. Another thing that I've been doing with the glow up is every day I take a picture of my makeup and I take a picture of my outfit. And I do that because of course I can see what I look like in the mirror. But there's something about a picture that it seems to make it more objective. There are things that I see when I photograph it that I don't see in real life. And so I've kind of changed my style. I've noticed that I love boho and casual styles, but they don't look very good on me. They look kind of sloppy and shapeless. And I'm a little bit overweight, so the last thing I need is something that makes me look bigger than I am. So I've been really taking a hard line on the boho stuff, and I just bought a lot of it, but it just doesn't work on me. And I think it's important to know what looks good on you, and those things just don't look good on me. So I've been veering back more to a more classic style, button-up shirts and classic jeans and things that I can still walk dogs in and go about my day to day. But the trendier pieces that don't work on my body shape, I'm getting rid of. I've been donating and decluttering those. And that's hard to do when you've just bought them, And if I could return this stuff, I would, but, I've already worn it, taken the tags off. It's past the point of being able to return. But if it's not going to serve me, I'm not going to keep it in my closet. So on my glow up, I've gotten new clothes, I've done the makeup, I'm doing the best I can with my hair. I've got wigs, but they're not practical for when I'm at another house pet sitting and I'm dog walking. So I'm glad to have some hair back. But the next thing on my glow up is I've got to get my weight under control because I don't feel good at this weight. It's not good for my health. My cholesterol's a little high. So I'm focused on my health this month. And one way or another, I've got to get to where I want to be. So that's the focus now. And I've got to stop shopping because I paid down all my bills, got rid of all my credit card debt last year. But over the Christmas holiday, I ran it up a little bit. I paid that down. And then I decided I didn't like a lot of my clothes. So I bought new clothes, ran the cards up again that I just paid down. And it's a constant struggle. Just because you pay off your credit cards doesn't mean they stay paid off if you keep using them. And I've been using them. So, but I'll have that paid off. I just have to quit. I have to quit spending. And it's hard when you're pet sitting because I'm not at home and I don't have my normal things to occupy me. So I've been eating out of boredom and shopping out of boredom. And so both of those need to quit. The clients are going to come home in another 2 weeks, and then I'll be able to go home and get back to normal life. I miss my home. I miss my bed. I miss my kitties. I go home every day to feed my kitties and to spend time with them, but it's not the same as spending, as living with them. So that's what I've been doing to get myself back on track. I know when a lot of people make big changes, they move somewhere, they get a new job, or they retire, especially. I've seen a lot of people saying that when they retire, they really struggle because their whole day is open and they don't really know what to do with the time. And so that's why I wanted to get on here and go the long way around to how I get myself back on track and how I stay productive when I have a lot more time on my hands. And so I would encourage you to sit with it, feel uncomfortable with it for a little bit, and just decide, what do you really want to do? Maybe it's you want to rest. Maybe you want to take better care of yourself. Maybe you want to go on more walks. Maybe you want to spend more time with your family or your friends. Whatever it is, write it down, schedule it, make a plan for it. Make the phone calls, take the walks, plan the garden. Whatever it is that you want to do, that you pictured doing in retirement, start doing those things. And so that's the advice I'm taking for myself is, what do I want my days to look like? If everything were perfect, what do I want my days to look like? And how do I get there? And what can I do today to be one step closer to the person that I want to be? And I'm 60 years old. I'm not who I want to be yet. I'm closer, but I'm still a work in progress. And I think I'll be a work in progress for as long as I'm alive, because your goals change, your interests change, your abilities change. And that's okay. That's just part of the great experience that we all have called life. So figure out what you want, no matter how pie in the sky it is. Figure out what you want. That's step number one, because you can't make dreams come true that you can't dream. So it starts with the dream. And then once you figure out what you want to do, you can't just do affirmations and visualizations and meditations. You've got to figure out, okay, what step, even if it's just one step, what one step can I take today that will get me closer to making those dreams a reality? And take those steps. You know, I'm going to eat better today. I'm not going to shop today. And I do want to be closer to my family and friends, but until I can move there, I can call them. And I do talk to them pretty regularly, but I need to not just wait for the phone to ring, but I need to make some calls. And so I hope that inspires somebody. I just wanted to come on. I was feeling better today. I was feeling kind of down and kind of lost on my last video, and I was feeling better, and I thought I'm going to share what I'm doing to feel less lost and less overwhelmed and less floundering. And this is what I've been doing. I've been making a plan, and I've been taking some action and getting some movement. So I hope this helps somebody out there, and I'll see you next time.